Good afternoon, and welcome awardees, honored guests, families, faculty, students, and staff to the annual College of Medicine and School of Graduate Studies Awards Day ceremony. That's right. My name is Jeffrey Putman, and I'm the Vice President for Academic and Student Affairs. On behalf of our President, Dr. Wayne J. Riley, and our entire faculty, staff, and administration, allow me to be the first to congratulate all the awardees. It is particularly fitting that we hold this event here in Alumni Auditorium because after next week's commencement, our graduates will join their ranks and become Downstate alumni. The College of Medicine traces its roots back to 1860, the year the first medical school class graduated. And today, we commend you, the 162nd graduating medical school class. That's right. And the 55th graduating class from the School of Graduate Studies. They're a little bit younger. Before we begin with our awards, I would like to invite the Dean of the College of Medicine, Dr. F. Charles Brunicardi, to bring greetings.
Thank you, Dean Putman. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mauro. I'm so pleased to be here today to congratulate all the graduates, and especially those students receiving awards today. This is really such a remarkable event which acknowledges the hard work and commitment of our students. Commencement season is one of my favorite times of the year where we get to celebrate the amazing achievements of our graduates. The selection of the award recipients each year is a difficult decision, and it's a tribute to the class of 2022 that so many of you are here in person or with us virtually to celebrate your achievements. Each of you has contributed to the life of the College of Medicine and the School of Graduate Studies, and before the first award is presented, I'd like to applaud your commitment to medicine and research. Before we begin, and I know Dean Mark Stewart joins me in this, I want to thank each and every one of you, the class of 2022, for choosing the SUNY Downstate College of Medicine and School of Graduate Studies. I know we don't say it enough. Your collective efforts have made SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University a better place, not just for yourselves, but for future generations of students. And we hope, as alumni, you will continue to help improve and make SUNY Downstate even better. Once again, we congratulate all our students for their outstanding performance, and we all look forward to celebrating with you next week in Coney Island. So thank you. Dean Putman.
We will now turn to the presentation of awards. As recipients are called up, we ask that they come to the stage to receive their award, and then, after you receive it, we ask that you proceed out to the atrium in the front of the auditorium where the award presenter will meet you and take a picture with each of the recipients. We begin with the Awards of Excellence and Acknowledgement of Honors from the School of Graduate Studies, presented by the Dean, Dr. Mark Stewart. Dr. Stewart.
Thank you, Drs. Putman and Brunicardi, and welcome everyone. The graduate school has 4 presentations that we'll make, but actually only 2 of them are presentations, and I'm glad I see my main man there in the audience, but I'm going to ask one of the others who's there also to stand up. As a medical student, you have a pretty good idea of how long it's going to take to go from admission to graduation. As a graduate student, sometimes that timeline blows up and it can take a bit longer. So we have a tendency to give out our awards along the way. And so part of what I'm going to do here is just acknowledge some of the winners. But the first award and the last award are actual things I have to hand out, so I'm happy about that. The first award is the Dean's Award for Comprehensive Excellence. This is an award that acknowledges the graduating student who's been recognized for academic excellence, career achievement, community service, and leadership. And this year it goes to Robert Colburn. Next are recognition for Annual Research Day. So Annual Research Day is an event that's sponsored by the graduate school, but includes research presentations by trainees from all of the schools and the residents that are here throughout the campus. It can be quite competitive. This year we had 240 plus presentations and gave out 11 prizes. And so among the winners of Annual Research Day awards in the past during their career here, but these graduating students were recognizing Robert Colburn, there's nothing to do, Robert, and Sophia Gendina. So Sophia is a second student who is recognized for their Annual Research Day awards. Sophia's here, so Sophia, please stand up and both of you take an award. I don't have anything to give you, Sophia, but it's just... Next is the Robert Furstgott Award for Best Thesis. In honor of Bob Furstgott, the Nobel laureate from Downstate for his work on nitric oxide, we have the faculty evaluate the thesis presentations and select one as the best thesis from that class. And this year it goes to a student who's a very interesting student. He came and said that he wants to go on a leave of absence, which never happened. Instead, he built a co-tutel with the University of Bordeaux, defended his thesis here at Downstate and in France in Bordeaux, and in addition to his MD, PhD medical work here. So the Bob Furstgott Award had gone in 2021 to William Fike. And William, if you please stand up. And lastly, I don't have anything for you, William. He got something for that. It's not that we don't give anything for that. It's just he got it a year ago and forgot already. Thanks. Lastly is an award that we give each year. We call it the Liberalitas Award. This is an award that we designate for what we call academic altruism. And we look at this as a virtue in research, and in particular in the School of Graduate Studies. It's given each year in honor of Drs. Mary Makowski and Vahe Amassian, two faculty members from this campus who unfortunately passed, but both of whom were very free with their intellectual capital. They were advisors to many and a resource to faculty and students both. So this individual is recognized for their generous contributions to other students in the graduate school and promises that they're going to be a highly sought-after colleague going forward. And so this year, the Liberalitas Award goes to Robert Colburn. Hang on one second. So that's the full slate of presentations for the graduate school. Thank you very much. And I'll call Dr. Brunacardi back to the podium. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Dean Stewart. Each year, the Office of the Dean has the honor of granting several awards. Although the criteria for choosing these recipients vary, they all include academic achievement. We will begin with a series of endowed scholarships. The first award is the Class of 1898 prize, which is given to a graduating student who attains the highest level of academic performance throughout all 4 years in medical school, first in the class. This year, the winner is Cameron Motari. Cameron, please come up and get your award. And congratulations to superb performance in medical school. The Endowed Honor Scholarships, the Jadwin Honor Scholarships, and the Yudowsky Honor Scholarships are awarded to students who attain a high level of academic performance. Would Karen Chen, Angelique Hart, and Dan Monessa please come forward with the Endowed Honor Award? Would the following people please come forward to receive the Jadwin Honor Awards? Alexa Alada, Mohammed Khan, Famida Patwari. Congratulations to all of you. Would the following people please come forward to receive the Yudowsky Honor Awards? Lynn Benson, Robert Gurevich, and So Young Pak. Congratulations. Congratulations on your outstanding accomplishments. The next awards come from the American Medical Women's Association. The American Medical Women's Association awards the Glasgow-Rubin Certificates of Commendation for Academic Achievement to women who graduate in the top 10% of their medical school graduating class. Would the following women please come up and get their certificates? Emily Ham, Tiffany Huang, Anand Kazi, Nicolette K.I. Jack, and Stephanie Rapps, Ann Yang, and Angela Yu. Congratulations. There are more awards to be given out. Kayla Baystow, Rebecca Freedes, Nabila Kondakar, Kelsey Sklar, and Lily Stoko. So would you please, they were also honored with this award but could not be with us today. So let's give them all a round of applause. The Merck Awards come from the well-known pharmaceutical company to honor those students who have displayed excellent academic achievement throughout their 4 years of medical school. This year's recipients includes Kalila Kahana. So Kalila, could you please come down? Thank you. The other recipients are Brian Bender, Omran Gadara, and Jeremy Levitt, who could not be with us today, so let's congratulate them. The Fred H. and Sadie Sirkin Achievement Award is bestowed on a female student who has excelled in medical school. This year's recipient is very deserving, Nabila Kondakar. Unfortunately, she could not be here with us today, but let's give her a round of applause. The Eugene B. Feigelson MD Scholarship was established by former Dean Eugene Feigelson. This merit scholarship is awarded to a graduating medical student who has demonstrated academic excellence in pursuit of his or her career. Mike Barrios, please come up to receive this special award. The next award, the Trude Perlman Award, was endowed by Dr. Bernard Perlman, a graduate of Downstate, class of 1955. This award is a living memorial to his wife in that it honors her efforts in supporting her husband and raising their 3 children as Dr. Perlman attended medical school and completed a neurosurgery residency. Each year, nominations are sought from the graduating class. There were multiple nominations, all of which are worthy, and I'm pleased to announce that this year's winner is Kazan Toprak, who was nominated by his wife, Rachel Axman. Rachel will be here accepting the award on behalf of her husband, who could not be with us today. Congratulations. The College of Medicine Dean's Outstanding Student Award recognizes exceptional student leadership, commitment to the student body, and to SUNY Downstate. This year's recipient is certainly well-deserving, as she has served all 4 years as a member of the Class of 22 Medical Council and has served all of Downstate well, Elaine Fletcher. Congratulations to Elaine, who unfortunately is unable to be with us today. The Medical Society of New York Community Service Award honors graduating medical students who selflessly give time and effort to improve the quality of life and health for others. This year's recipient has always been a shining example of service, empathy, integrity, and humanism. This year's recipient is Alexander Lazaro, who was unable to join us today, but let's congratulate him. My last award is extremely special for us, and particularly for me. The State University of New York Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence is an award honoring students throughout the SUNY system who have best demonstrated and been recognized for their integration of academic excellence with other aspects of their lives, which include leadership, campus involvement, athletics, career achievement, community service, or creative or performing arts. These awards were bestowed by SUNY Chancellor Deborah F. Stanley, and they're given up to 2 SUNY Downstate students. This year, we are honored that 2 of our College of Medicine students received this special recognition. This year, our own Alfonso Cayeta and Palin Chelliker received this extremely significant honor. Although Palin is unable to be with us, Alfonso, would you please join me at the podium? A first-generation American and college graduate, Alfonso is currently a medical student at SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University. He's a leader, currently serving as the Greater Medical Student Council President and SUNY Council of Downstate voting member. He consistently volunteers with and serves on the Executive Council at the Ann Castor Brooklyn Free Clinic. Throughout the medical educator pathway, he frequently teaches College of Medicine underclassmen including during head and neck anatomy laboratory. His research spans subjects including adenotonsillectomy, fungal sinusitis, adolescent idiopathic scoliosis, as well as medical education. His extracurricular interests include Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and entomology. Congratulations, Alfonso. Although Palin could not be with us, I want to recognize her as well. Palin Cheliker is a fourth-year College of Medicine student at SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University. She immigrated from Turkey by herself to pursue higher education in the United States. Her academic success, as well as her contributions to student organizations, clinical research pursuits, and vested interest in the welfare of greater Brooklyn community are exemplar. She strives to care for patients who lack a network or support through the Brooklyn Free Clinic. She's involved in numerous research projects, is engaged in campus activity, and is a mentor to others. Congratulations to both Alfonso and Palin on this significant honor. So last but not least, there's a third Chancellor Award winner listed in your program, when normally SUNY Downstate is only allotted 2 awards. This is the next award. The last which I will present is extra special. In order to present this award, I would like to ask Dr. Carla Booten Foster and Dr. Chris Roman to come to the podium. Each year, the State University of New York selects a number of areas for special recognition and selects 1 or more winners from not among just the students at Downstate, but among all students on all 64 campuses of the entire State University of New York system, the largest education system in the nation. This year, those areas include diversity, equity and inclusion, military service, overcoming the odds, and special service mental health. Each campus is permitted 1 nomination for 1 of the special awards, and our campus has never won before, except for now. Jada Zola, Olayinka, would you please join us at the podium? Jada Zola is a 4th-year medical student at SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University. She is the child of Nigerian immigrants and not afraid of hard work. Jade truly stands out at the summit of student leadership and consistently demonstrates the highest standards of professionalism, academic excellence, outstanding leadership qualities built on respect and teamwork, exemplary interpersonal professional skills, tireless commitment for social justice, compassion, optimism, and mission focus. Her resiliency and drive for excellence and dedication to an academic career in dermatology demonstrate that she will be a top-notch physician scientist, astute clinician, and patient advocate. On behalf of Chancellor Stanley, President Riley, the faculty, especially your nominators, Dean Carla Booten-Foster and Dr. Roman, and your fellow students, I am proud to present the 2022 Special SUNY-wide Chancellors Award for Student Excellence in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion to Jade Olayinka. Well, I'd like to congratulate all of those who won awards today. It's probably the beginning of having award-winning careers. And like I said, you bring special recognition to Downstate, and we're all proud of you. So thank you, everyone.
Our next presenter is Dr. Seth Langley from the Office of Academic Support Services. Dr. Langley.
Thank you, Dr. Perlman. On behalf of the Office of Academic Support Services, it is my distinguished honor and privilege to present the award for excellence and leadership in teaching. This year we have 3 outstanding recipients. The first of which, handsome young fellow, David Mendel. Please come forward, sir. How you doing? David has single-handedly held together the Bridges program this year, of course with the support of many tutors, so we congratulate David on that. Additionally, David has been so gracious as to tutor medical knowledge, anatomy, and PBL when necessary. David has stepped in and done all that which is necessary to help as a leader keep the office services of tutoring and teaching to an excellent extent, degree. So thank you, David. We appreciate you. Our next recipient, none other than Lily Stokey. Is Lily present? I don't believe she's present. I'll accept this award on behalf of Lily. Thank you all, I appreciate it. Lily has been an outstanding leader as well. Lily has single-handedly led 8 anatomy mock practicals, including those that occurred over the course of the pandemic through remote means. She has stepped up when no tutors were available and has recruited numerous amounts to help her in that endeavor. We sincerely appreciate Lily and express our deepest gratitude for her service and leadership to the office. So thank you, Lily. And last but not least, Adam Wolford. Adam, are you present? Yes, sir. There you are. Forward. Adam has one of the most calm demeanors in the midst of challenges and turmoil, so we appreciate that in and of itself. He single-handedly also contributed to leading the mock practicals when limited tutors were available. He's a veteran of the Office of Academic Support and has exhibited plenty of leadership abilities throughout his endeavors of 2 years plus as a tutor, tutoring Step 1, anatomy, and pretty much anything I could ask him, including consulting on my attire. So thank you so much, Adam Wilford. We appreciate you. And I sincerely congratulate all award recipients this evening. Thank you. God bless.
Our next award presenter is the Executive Director of the Alumni Association, Stephanie DiBrienza.
Hello, everybody. Congratulations to all those who have won and who have yet to win. So I am the new Executive Director for the Alumni Association for the College of Medicine, and it is my honor to present these 2 awards. The first award is the Dr. Warren E. Enker Award, and it is awarded to a medical student who was nominated by a faculty and/or fellow students for demonstrating a set of human qualities which are rare and highly prized in any profession, especially in medicine. The qualities are not limited to, these are qualities, but are not limited to authenticity, integrity, and the ability to collaborate. The candidate must be skilled and compassionate communicator who effectively listens and assesses the narrative and the situation being presented while maintaining a consistent and high level of concentration, which leads to a full foundation of clarity, comfort, and trust. This year, the association is proud to present the award to 2 winners. So if Tricia Chibria, I hope I pronounced that correctly, can come and accept your award. And Brian Levin is not here, but I will accept his award for him. All right, and our second award is the Nathan Spitzer, MD, Honor Achievement Award in Cardiovascular and Pulmonary Medicine. This award was established by Dr. Adrienne Siegel, the daughter of Nathan Spitzer from the class of 1925, in the memory of her father. This award is for a graduating medical student who exhibits excellence in cardiovascular and pulmonary medicine, and this year the recipient is Robert Beal.
Our next presenter from the Office of Student Life, Adam Bergman and Skylar Hook.
Hi, everyone. The first award we're presenting is the Lifetime Membership Award. These are going to 3 incredible students that over the 4 years, especially during the pandemic, really supported student life on this campus. The Student Center helped me reinvent programming during a virtual year. And I'm going to truly miss all 3 of them. So they're going to go to Patrick Flanagan, Alice Herchek, and Donna Lee.
Gladys Bronchiti was the main desk person for years at the Student Center, and when she left, a fund was left to pay tribute to one of the staff workers that worked at the Student Center. And this year we had little trouble deciding that our graduating staff member who had worked for us for all 4 of her years here, Jessie Kai, was the perfect recipient to receive the Gladys Bronchiti Award. She keeps us sane, and we love her because she's one of those managers that we could just go off and do our own thing and make sure that we knew that everything was under control. When we leave at night, we knew that everything was good when we were away. She was our Student Center babysitter. Jessie was running late. I don't know if she's gotten here yet, but nope. But thank you all. Thanks for her.
To present the Jennifer Timberlake Award, Dr. Eva Kramer.
This award was established with much affection by students, faculty, and administrators in memory of Jennifer Timberlake, who makes me very emotional, I'm sorry, who died November 6, 1995, during her 3rd year of medical school. Jennifer was an exceptional person, and her energy, thoughtfulness, and warmth touched the lives of everyone at the medical center. In each graduating class, there are very special students like Jennifer, whose outstanding contributions and selfless service enrich the lives of their fellow classmates and other members of the Health Science Center. This year, we would like to recognize and honor Elaine Fletcher. Unfortunately, Elaine cannot be here today. We will give her her award later. Thank you.
To present the next two awards, Dr. Carla Booten-Foster.
Hi. Good afternoon. I'm honored to present the Sarah Said Scholarship Award. This award was established by a Downstate faculty member in honor of his late wife, who he describes as passionate and advocate of empowerment for education for women. This year's award, the award is given to a graduating woman from the class of College of Medicine who embodies these characteristics, who demonstrates tremendous strength and resilience. This year's recipient is Kuratul Andar. I don't believe she's able to join us, but I'd like to accept the award on her behalf. The next award will be presented by Dr. Christopher Roman.
Thank you, Dr. Booten-Foster. I can spend an hour talking about the incredible contributions that Kelsey Sklar has made to our school since she came as a medical student. And particularly, I'm very grateful, and Dr. Carl and I, for her incredible leadership and vision in helping shape one of the newest elective pathways, the HEAL pathway, that's focused on social determinants and disparities. So the HEAL pathway, I'll say briefly, is designed for students who are committed to addressing health disparities by promoting health equity and tackling issues pertaining to social determinants of health. I cannot imagine, it's difficult to imagine actually among this field of incredibly accomplished students who are all very equity and social justice oriented. There are so many bright points of excellence here. And we want to recognize Kelsey for her contributions in helping to create and perpetuate and envision a pathway of didactic learning, of mentorship, that really influenced all of us. And we're very grateful for her leadership and she brought all of her skills in public health. And I can go on and on. She's definitely been outspoken champion for health equity. She was one of the first organizers of the Social Justice Conference in medicine, among other things. And we know that she's going to continue being an advocate for positive change and for social justice in medicine wherever she goes. And so on behalf of Dr. Booten-Foster and myself, we're very proud to acknowledge Kelsey Sklar for all of her contributions to our pathway and for everything that she's done on our campus for health equity.
To present the awards for the Medical Educator Pathway, Dr. Lee Eisner.
So, good afternoon. My co-directors, Antonia Quinn and John Kuby, and I are pleased to celebrate the graduation of our 2022 class. The medical education and pathway experiences of this class were unprecedented during a challenging period. When their clinical activities and responsibilities were postponed, they helped faculty transition not only to help provide patient care in new ways, but also assisted faculty to pivot to remote teaching of our foundation students. Each MedEd Pathways graduate has paved their own individual path, developing different areas of focus and specialized skills in the medical education arena. This first award, the Medical Educator Pathway Certificate of Merit, recognizes graduating students who demonstrated time and commitment to completing the pathway requirements in near-peer teaching, medical education scholarship, institutional committee service, and mentorship of junior students at the College of Medicine. All Med-Ed Pathway students have collaborated with peers, faculty, and administrators in curriculum-relevant committees that contribute to the education policy and curriculum for the medical school. They have represented SUNY Downstate at national and regional meetings to present their medical education work, publish their work in peer-reviewed platforms, or facilitated important, timely discussions with medical educator faculty and administrators from around the country. The collective contributions of this year's awardees to the College of Medicine include, but are not limited to, the following. Wish we could talk about each student individually. These Med-Ed Pathway students developed and helped facilitate many innovative virtual primary care, cardiovascular, medicine, pediatrics, and health equity team-based learning sessions and other gamified sessions when we had to rapidly switch to remote teaching. These are now ongoing parts of our foundations and clerkship curricula. They develop novel medical education resources for students to learn foundational biomedical sciences. They coordinated the recruitment and faculty development for the near-peer clinical educator program, teaching physical exam, PBL, or clinical skills to their junior peers in the Foundation's curriculum. Med-Ed Pathway students developed and facilitated innovative and interactive virtual and in-person resident as teacher sessions for the pediatric, family medicine, anesthesiology, and emergency medicine residents on the importance of resident role modeling for the medical students. These Med-Ed Pathway students played a major role in both the rapid pivot to a virtual transition to clerkship curriculum early in the pandemic and the recent in-person implementation of the week-long curriculum. One student played a role to help drive the initiative to upgrade and restructure our curriculum to prepare students for research. Over the next decade, medical education will be transformed. And these are the young physicians that we want by our side to help us accomplish this. Please recognize the following students who received the Medical Education Pathway Certificate of Merit: Alfonso Caeta, Christopher Garnett, Julia Kim, Dominique Noriega, please come up, Hannah Savin, Kelsey Sklar, Adam Wolfert, and Michelle Wong. Two of our medical educator pathway graduates who participate in many of these activities already mentioned are due a special distinction. This award recognizes our graduating students who made outstanding leadership contributions to promoting the goals of the medical educator pathway. The recipient students demonstrated commitment, excellence, and maturity in their achievements in the areas of teaching, education administration, scholarship, curriculum development, and mentorship. We are proud to have awardees this year whose specific contributions have substantially increased the impact that the Med-Ed pathway has made in our College of Medicine curriculum. Although they are not able to be with us here today, I would like to recognize these two students who assisted in so many ways to shepherd the pathway and its members through the remote years of the pandemic. They both served on the Medical Educator Pathway Steering Committee leadership to navigate the pathway to fulfill our goals. Gonzalo Paz Solden, who from his first year at Downstate has played a major role to establish our foundation's unit-by-unit ultrasound curriculum. He drove the initiative to transform and organize every ultrasound session into a region-specific and clinically applied activity for students, sometimes using virtual reality platforms, both in-person and with remote sessions during the pandemic. And also Lily Stocco, who from her first year at Downstate further developed our near-peer educator program to its current status as an indispensable part of our small group clinical skills teaching, and created and taught using new approaches to better prepare our more senior students to help facilitate these sessions. So please recognize all graduates of the medical educator pathway. Thank you. And can I ask Antonia Quinn and John Kuby maybe to join for the picture, please?
To recognize the graduates of the Clinical Neuroscience pathway, Dr. Lisa Merlin.
The Clinical Neurosciences pathway, founded in 2004, is Downstate's first pathway. It is a program of advanced studies that provides opportunities for students to indulge in a variety of neuroscience-relevant activities beyond their required coursework. Mandatory activities include a seminar series in the second year of Foundations, as well as the ever-popular Mystery Case of the Month, which is a competition required of our third and fourth year members. Every Downstate student is welcome to participate in any of our CNS pathway activities, regardless of pathway membership status, but only those students who pass all mandatory coursework, neuroscience-relevant coursework in our College of Medicine curriculum and participate consistently in all required academic components of our CNS pathway throughout their time at Downstate are recognized formally by the school as graduates of the Clinical Neurosciences pathway. In 2007, we had our first graduating class. At that time, we had 4 graduates. This year, I'm pleased to announce we have 29 students who met all our requirements for graduation. Of these 29, 4 are pursuing careers in neurology and 5 are going into psychiatry. The remaining 20 have chosen careers in a diversity of fields, including internal medicine, pediatrics, med-peds, emergency medicine, anesthesiology, ophthalmology, OBGYN, urology, otolaryngology, and orthopedic surgery. Our students clearly recognize that a solid education in the neurosciences is valuable no matter what clinical field you pursue. So without further ado, this year's graduates of the Clinical Neurosciences pathway, and when I call your name, please come down and get your certificate. They are Tricia Chabria, Estella Chen, Wenyu Dang, Monica Friedman, William Fike, Sophia Gandina, Rohan Goyul, Michael Huamon, Aaron Huang, Tiffany Huang, Kalila Kahana, Elizabeth Kasparov, Chathan Khanna, Nicoletta Kajak, Seher Lalji, Dania Laor, Matthew Lettieri, Jeremy Levitt, David Mandil, Evan Marzouk, Mariagai Otwada, George Papadopoulos, Robert Perry, Emily Stanford, Hannah Street, Justin Varghese, Valerie Velez, Michelle Wong, and Davina Zhang. I hope I pronounced that all right. My hearty congratulations to all of you.
We now move on to the departmental awards. The first department, Department of Anesthesiology, Dr. Dennis Demakulangan.
Okay. Every year during a convocation, the Department of Anesthesiology gives out awards to 2 deserving medical student graduates. An award for clinical excellence in anesthesiology and another award for excellence in research in anesthesia. The Dr. Joseph Giffin Award for Clinical Excellence is named in honor of Dr. Joseph Giffin. Dr. Giffin was a professor of anesthesiology and was executive vice chair in the Department of Anesthesiology at SUNY Downstate and was chairman of anesthesiology at Long Island College Hospital. If you remember Long Island College Hospital, Litch. Dr. Giffin was a physician of multiple talents and outstanding clinical skills. He was also a dedicated educator. So this award is given to the student who exemplified the qualities personified by Dr. Giffin. This year's recipient performed exceptionally well in her third-year clerkship and fourth-year elective rotations. displaying exceptional clinical skills and strong work ethic, professionalism, and excellent fund of knowledge. This award is given to Priyanka Wadgaonkar. Comes with a cash prize. Okay. The Dr. Gerald Wolf Award for Excellence in Research is named in honor of Dr. Gerald Wolf. Dr. Wolf was professor of anesthesiology and vice chair for research. Dr. Wolf was a researcher, mentor, lecturer, and author. His research involved the investigation and analysis of the flammability of materials, equipment, and gases in the operating room. This award is given to the student who exemplified the qualities personified by Dr. Wolf. This year's recipient was involved in several research projects in our department, namely research involving the examination of cases of spontaneous pneumomediastinum and pneumothorax in COVID-19 patients here at Downstate. Also in a study on echocardiography features in pregnant women who develop preeclampsia. He also developed the protocol of a study looking at racial disparities in the use of general anesthesia for cesarean deliveries, also at our institution. And he presented the results at the New York State Society of Anesthesiologists Postgraduate Assembly, as well as the National American Society of Anesthesiologists Annual Conference. This award is given to Ian Lambert. Forget your. Thank you.
Representing the Department of Cell Biology, Dr. Kubi and Dr. Zhang.
So, hello. Introducing you who didn't know her to Jackie Jackway. Jackie was a faculty member in the anatomy department for many, many years before it was changed its name to cell biology. So we call it an Anatomy Award. I suspect that many of the older people here, the faculty, had Jackie as either a teacher or a colleague. And if you were around then, up to 10 years ago, you remember her well. She was a great teacher, a great mentor. She really established the culture of anatomy in many, many ways here. And she was a very distinctive personality. One feature of this was the students here would not have seen her in the student faculty show, but for year after year after year, the most artistic and creative students would imitate Jackie in the show, and one year was better than the next, and unfortunately I cannot do that for you, but does anyone here remember that? Remember Jackie? Very, very, wonderful person, very, very strong and distinctive personality. Okay.
The award for excellent in anatomical science goes to two persons. The first one is George Papalosis and also Vincent Wang. But the first receiver cannot present today, but Vincent Wang should be here.
The next two awards are awards for anatomy education. These are students who helped terrifically in helping us develop and teach the various anatomy courses, gross anatomy, neuroanatomy, and histology. And the award winner I'm presenting helped me greatly in developing the manual for neuroanatomy. That's Rebecca Freed's You've heard her name before today, and she's unfortunately not here. But she was a terrific aid in helping develop that, and throughout I would send her materials to edit, to help. She's just a constant, an excellent editor and refresher, and she was really an inspiration in developing material for the neuroanatomy labs. Fortunately, Rebecca's not really leaving us. She will be starting ophthalmology fellowship at Downstate in a couple of months.
Yeah, the second receiver actually is Lily Stokers. Actually, Dr. Lee Essner wrote a paragraph for that. I not read everything. I read the first sentence and the last sentence. Okay, the second award for the excellence of anatomy and education goes to Lily Stoke. Since the end of her first year, Lily has led a senior student effort to help foundational students learn gross anatomy. The final sentence is, thank you to Lily for all that you have contributed to students for their gross anatomy learning. Thank you.
For the Department of Dermatology, Dr. Søren Glick.
Thank you and good afternoon. It is my honor to present the Excellence in Dermatology Awards. The first award is the Elizabeth M. Carr Award for Excellence in Clinical Dermatology, and this is presented to Jade Oleinka. Jade demonstrated her passion for dermatology and addressing healthcare disparities since her first year in medical school and has been involved in several projects and initiatives with the Department of Dermatology. Her thoughtful and impactful contributions span several fronts, from research to community engagement and even medical education. She played an integral role in ensuring that our patient population was represented in a nationwide, multi-centered research study on the stigma of skin conditions in children. She spent several weekends in churches in East Flatbush and neighboring communities throughout Brooklyn, giving seminars on skin cancer awareness and skin of color. Additionally, she led an effort to confront the paucity of diverse images in medical education and collaborated with our department in obtaining the Visual DX clinical platform. We are very proud of her accomplishments here at Downstate, and we are confident that she will continue to do great things as a future dermatologist. It is my pleasure to present the Elizabeth M. Carr Award for Excellence in Clinical Dermatology to Jade Oleinka. Jade. Our second award for today is the Alan R. Shalita MD Award for Excellence in Dermatologic Research, and this goes to Mark Cohn. Mark Cohn has engaged in research in the Department of Dermatology in the laboratory of Dr. Gerald Jagdeo, researching photomedicine, infectious and inflammatory skin diseases since his first year of medical school. Mark's research helped advance the field by conducting a systematic review that links the role of HSV to dementia. With his animal model research, Mark helped investigate the potential for red light phototherapy to improve psoriasis in a mouse model. This work will continue, and we look forward to Mark's contributions to our department as a resident in dermatology. It is my pleasure to present the Alan R. Shalita Award of Excellence in Dermatologic Research. Mark.
For the Department of Emergency Medicine, Dr. Linda Fan. Is Linda here? Oh. Okay. So, okay. Well, I will present it on her behalf. The Emergency Medicine Award Society for Academic Emergency Medicine 2022 Excellence in Emergency Medicine Award recognizes a senior medical student who has demonstrated excellence in the specialty of emergency medicine. And this year that award goes to Gonzalo Paz Soldan. Congratulations. We now proceed to the awards from the Department of Family Medicine, Dr. Montgomery Douglas.
Good afternoon. The Hyman Merenstein, MD, Excellence in Family Medicine Award is in remembrance of a wonderful family physician, epidemiologist, and devoted member of the devoted teacher of medical students in family medicine at Downstate. He was a dedicated and humane doctor and voluntary faculty member in family medicine from 1970 to 1998. The award recognizes clinical excellence, dedicated service, and devotion to the interests and promotion of family medicine. Unfortunately, this year's recipient is not able to be with us, but I'm pleased to announce that the award goes to Omazri Wonodi.
To present the Robert Furchgott Award, Dr. Hilary Michelson.
So nice to breathe. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to all of the graduates of 2022. I'm Hilary Michelson. Some of you may remember me from those long ago foundation years curriculum. But today I'm standing up here as the president of the Robert F. Furchgott Society on campus. The Furchgott Society was established in 2005 to honor Bob Furchgott, who was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1998 for his discovery of nitric oxide as a signaling molecule in the cardiovascular system. So Dr. Furchgott, some of us were here while he was still practicing his research, and he did all of his research on the Downstate campus itself. And so he was an exceptional scientist. And when we established the Furchgott Society, we wanted to create, as part of our mission, mechanisms to honor his scientific legacy by creating awards which acknowledge outstanding research that is conducted by members of the Downstate community. And in this spirit, we established the Robert F. Furchgott Medical Student Award for Excellence in Research to be awarded to a graduating College of Medicine student who demonstrated commitment to conducting outstanding research during their medical school career. I wish I had time to acknowledge all of the honorable mentions. I see Adam is here, so I wanted to. He was also very helpful in the medical education pathway for cardiovascular, the cardiovascular subunit, so that was a very special contribution as well. But we also, for this mechanism, we had two winners this year, one of whom, Ryan Bender, who could not be here today, will be awarded, acknowledged at a different ceremony another time. But today we are honored, and I'm honored to invite Eric Schoenfeld up to the stage to be awarded the Robert F. Furchgott Medical Student Research Award of Excellence. Eric worked with Dr. Jeremy Copeland in the non-human primate laboratory, where he studied genetic and environmental modulators of hippocampal neurogenesis in the adult macaque. This research has implications for our understanding not only of depression and anxiety, but also of many psychiatric disorders. He's been described as brilliant, mature, motivated, inspired. I think all of those adjectives are adjectives we could all aspire to. So it is really my honor to welcome Eric to the stage to accept his award.
Representing the Department of Medicine, Dr. Moro Salafu.
Good afternoon, Dean Bronchiti and the class of 2022. First of all, congratulations to the entire class. We are so proud of all of you. This award is called the Eli A. Friedman Award of Distinction in Internal Medicine. This was done to recognize Eli Friedman's contributions in medical education, his teaching excellence, his clinical skills and research for those deserving students who come through internal medicine and exemplify the very fine characteristics of Eli Friedman. So a little bit about Eli Friedman. He was from the class of 1957. He spent 57 continuous years at Downstate before retiring in 2018, and he remained on faculty as a distinguished professor emeritus before actually leaving campus in 2020 because of the COVID pandemic. He was just an excellent teacher. He's a person who would actually listen to patients. He would sit and listen to your story, and he would examine you fully. He would examine you from head to toe, and then he would ask the students, what do you think? And then if the patient had something like diabetes, he would ask you, do you think diabetes is actually good for you? And then you'd be confused. What is that? But he's actually sort of probing you to think carefully about the differential diagnosis and to make the decision that's good for the patient. So this year we are very proud to extend these characteristics to 4 individuals, 4 students who actually were exceptional. They were just more than outstanding. And they are Alexander Hall, so just a little bit about Alexander Hall. Again, these students were outstanding, but I'm going to read a few sentences that were commented on them by faculty. As an example, they said, Alexander synthesized complex clinical data to formulate evidence-based plans. His histories were accurate, precise, and detailed. He showed excellent technique in the physical exams, eliciting subtle findings. He also went above and beyond and presented a student conference on lung cancer, which was at the level of a second-year resident. This is amazing, so congratulations. Second student for this honor is Anand Kazi. I don't think Anand is here today. Oh, Anand is here. Wow. Sorry, get well. All right. A little bit about Anna. Again, Anna, outstanding, exemplary student that really brought out the Eli Friedman characteristics. But a few words from the faculty about her performance. They said, her review of systems were relevant and thorough. Her differentials included the obvious clinical conditions, but also the second-line considerations that should always be kept in mind. Anand demonstrated great ability to grasp complex clinical problems, integrated perfectly with the team, and had a connection with her patients based on trust and solid medical knowledge, a true star student. Anand will start internal medicine residency at the University of Rochester Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester. Congratulations. The third student is Andrew Sai. Is Andrew here? All right, otherwise I'll read what the faculty said about Andrew. Again, another phenomenal student. This is what the faculty said about Andrew. He actively participated in the care of all the patients of the team. Andrew had great insights into the pathophysiology and read avidly to further understanding the complex presentations. His bedside manners were compassionate and were superb. Andrew is poised to become an accomplished clinician in any field of medicine he wishes to pursue. Andrew will start internal medicine residency at Northwell Health, Long Island Jewish Hospital in New York. Congratulations, Andrew. And the last awardee is Laura Work. Laura? Again, Laura exemplified all the attributes of Eli Friedman, really outstanding clinical skills. But this is what the faculty said about Laura. Laura was meticulous, attentive, and showed professional maturity, related well with patients and all members of our medical team. She grew more confident with establishing a differential diagnosis and suggesting treatment options, making her a valuable member of the medical team. Laura will start internal medicine resident at NYP Presbyterian Hospital at Cornell. Congratulations. All right, congratulations to all of you again. Thank you.
Representing the Department of Neurology, Dr. Brian Anziska, Dr. Nur Jacoby, and Dr. Lisa Merlin.
The first award is the Abram Max Rabiner Award. This is a picture of Dr. Rabiner teaching probably at Kings County, which he did in the late 50s and early 60s. He was one of those neurologists who entered neurology, I think graduated during World War I, and covered all of neurology. He was at many places, including Mount Sinai, Montefiore, NYU, and he ended up at Long Island College and Kings County, and ultimately at Downstate, and he retired in 1968. He then moved to Miami, and well into the 1980s, he attended all the conferences there. He was an extremely outstanding teacher, and one of those neurologists who managed to keep neurology going at a difficult time between World War I and World War II. This is an interesting little story. In 1920, there was an international neurology conference in Europe. He was a very junior neurologist at the time, and he met the great Babinski, who many people have heard of, and he got into an argument with Babinski about what the Babinski reflex meant and what caused it, and they were actually grabbing each other, and they became good friends afterwards, and Babinski gave him that reflex hammer, which is still around as far as I know. It has a metal handle, and the head is detachable and be kept in your pocket, as opposed to the usual type of hammer like this, which sort of sticks out of your pocket. Now, the awardee this year is Estella Chen. Now, Estella's going into neurology. She'll be doing a residency at NYU. And I really got to know her personally when she was my sub-intern for 2 weeks when I was attending last year. She's got an outstanding personality, a very modest person, very smart, quiet, and outstanding beyond her relative, lack of flamboyance. She's an extremely nice person, going to be very good. And if she would come up here to get the award. Okay, the other awardee is Valerie Velez, who isn't here today. She's, hi, thank you so much for being with me for those 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay. She'll be doing a residency at New York, Columbia, and again, she's very nice person, very good with patients, very good academically, and she did, I think, 2 months of neurology. So these are 2 really outstanding students. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So the American Academy of Neurology sponsors a medical student prize for excellence in neurology. This prize is awarded annually to a graduating medical student who exemplifies outstanding scientific achievement and clinical acumen in neurology, outstanding personal qualities of integrity and compassion, and shows the most promise for a highly successful career in neurology. This year's recipient, Trisha Chabria, meets all of these criteria. Trisha was a member of the Clinical Neurosciences Pathway and a member of the executive board of the Student Interest Group in Neurology. I had the pleasure of working with her during the neurology clerkship, and I can attest that she was absolutely superb. I also had the opportunity to be part of a neurology informational session that Trisha hosted and moderated earlier this year. And it was clear both of her love for neurology, but also how wonderful of a mentor she is for her fellow students. This prize consists of a medal and a certificate, and most importantly, a reflex hammer. So congratulations.
Representing the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Dr. Lauren Gurchell.
Hello, congratulations those who have won and those who are to win. So I'm presenting the first award from the OBGYN department. It's the Ranji Award, and it is given to the student who has a promising career in the field of OBGYN. Dr. Abraham Ranji received his medical degree at Long Island College Hospital, which was down the road until a little while ago, in 1900. In 1914, he was among the first doctors in the United States to use morphine to ease the pain of labor during childbirth. He was active in many health and welfare organizations, and he was the author of more than 100 articles and monographs. So this year, this award goes to Shirley Chian. Shirley was a third-year student here and also a sub-I with us, and to say that she was an excellent student is an understatement. Her patients are very lucky that she will be taking care of them, and she has an absolute promising career in the field of OBGYN. Shirley, please come up. The next award is the Morris Glass Award, and it is given to the student who had the best clinical performance on their third-year rotation. Dr. Morris Glass graduated from SUNY Downstate Medical Center and did his residency in obstetrics and gynecology at Downstate as well. In 1955, he became the chairman over at Albert Einstein College of Medicine. He was the first chairman of that department. He dedicated countless hours to medical student and resident education. This award goes to Dominique Noriega. I was going to say something. So Dominique, you can come up, but I'm still going to talk about you. Dominique, as all of you guys know, I'm sure, is very bubbly, very sweet, very interested in education. She always builds a very quick rapport with all of her patients and shows excellent care and organization as well. Dominique will be doing her OBGYN residency at NYU.
The next award is for the Department of Ophthalmology, and I've been asked to present this award. It's awarded to the Excellence in Ophthalmology Award is awarded to the medical student who exemplifies admirable and ideal qualities as a future ophthalmologist, and this award is presented to Rebecca Friedis. Congratulations to her. Our next award is presented by Dr. William Urban.
The Pavlides Memorial Award was established in memory of Christopher Pavlides, who received his medical degree from Downstate and later taught orthopedic surgery here in the 70s and 80s. In his honor, every year, one graduating medical student entering orthopedic surgery is selected to receive recognition for their efforts. This year, we had a record number of qualified students entering orthopedic surgery, and we felt that 2 students really distinguished themselves. The 2022 Christopher Pavlidis Memorial Award goes to Nathan Kim, who will be starting his residency at NYU next year, and Adam Wolfert, who will be staying here with us at Downstate. Congratulations to the both of you.
For the Department of Otolaryngology, Dr. Nira Goldstein.
Hi, it is my honor to present the Outstanding Student Performance Award in Otolaryngology. We had 5 students match this year, which was a great tribute to the school and to the students, and it was very hard to pick a winner. But this year we've chosen Dr. Matthew Mendelson. He did outstanding on his third-year rotation, his fourth-year rotation. He did clinical research and basic science research with Dr. Colmar, and he'll be staying with us at SUNY, so he needs another 5 years to get tired of us. Matthew?
For the Department of Pathology, Dr. Jenny Libyan.
The Award for Excellence in Pathology recognizes a graduating senior who has demonstrated a genuine passion for pathology and is expected to make substantive contributions to the field. This is a very unusual year in which I actually interviewed the recipient of this award for the MD PhD program, and so have known him throughout his entire academic career. And he's following in my footsteps in a somewhat esoteric career of doing anatomic pathology and neuropathology, where he matched at University of Pennsylvania. So congratulations to Dr. Robert Colburn. In addition to excellence in his electives, he also made a major contribution during the COVID surge by volunteering in the Department of Pathology and really impacted how we practiced, how we delivered results, and really made major contributions to the hospital and to our community. Congratulations, Robert.
Also from the Department of Pathology, Dr. Juan Marcos Alarcon.
Hi, good afternoon. Let me put you on the spot. I like to do that. That's your PhD supervision, please. Okay. Yeah, I want everybody to see you. The Pathology Research Award recognizes significant scholarship and research accomplishments achieved in collaboration with the Department of Pathology. It is my great pleasure to present the Pathology Research Award to you, William Fike. Why you are on the spot? Because I want to tell you about William. He's an artist, a music composer, scientist, physician, COVID-19 task force worker, mentee, teacher, and friend. William holds 2 PhD degrees in neuroscience, one for the University of Bordeaux, and the other one here, the MD PhD program at Downstate. With 6 peer-reviewed articles from his PhD and COVID-19 work at pathology, William's trajectory is paragon. He's a rising star whose next step is to join the highly coveted physician-scientist resident program in pediatric genetics at Columbia University. William, congratulations, never stop.
The Department of Pediatrics, Dr. Steve Wadowski.
Good afternoon. First, congratulations to all of today's awardees, and congratulations to all the soon-to-be graduates of the class of 2022. I'm pleased to be here to present the Richard L. Day Award for Excellence in Pediatrics. By virtue of a little background, Dr. Richard Day was the first full-time chairman of the Department of Pediatrics here at Downstate when it was first incorporated as part of the State University of New York. He was chair from 1953 until 1960, and then he went on to become the chairman of pediatrics at the University of Pittsburgh. Dr. Day's career was distinguished by his contributions to understanding of kernicterus, but also to familial dysautonomias. But, you might recognize the name Riley-Day syndrome. Excuse me. In 1986, Dr. Day went on to be recognized with the distinction of receiving the Howland Award, which is the American Pediatric Society's highest honor for his achievements and for being what was described as a quintessential skeptical inquirer. The Department of Pediatrics identified an exceptional student deserving the R.L. Day Award for Excellence in Pediatrics. In addition to excelling throughout medical school, she did exceedingly well in her pediatric rotations and sub-I, earning grades of honors. She was engaged in scholarship and involved in campus and local community. The educational leadership of the department described her simply as great, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Expecting that she'll continue to follow Dr. Day's legacy as a quintessential skeptical inquirer and become an academic clinician making a difference through strides in pediatric healthcare, it is my pleasure to bestow the 2022 Dr. Richard L. Day Award for Excellence in Pediatrics to Stephanie Rapps. Stephanie will be staying in New York City, doing her pediatric residency at the Mount Sinai Medical Center, Kravis Children's Hospital in New York.
Representing the Department of Physical Medicine and Rehab, Dr. Sanjeev Agarwal.
Good afternoon. The Soon Rowe Memorial Award is established in the memory of Dr. Rowe, who completed his residency at Rusk, NYU, and joined Downstate in 1976. He continued to train our residents until 2014. In his honor, this award is presented to a graduating medical student who has demonstrated a passion for the field of physiatry and expected to make substantial contributions to the field. It gives me great pleasure to present Alvin Chang with Dr. Sue Roll Memorial Award.
For the Department of Psychiatry, Dr. Jeff Viola.
Congratulations to today's awards winners and to the entire class of 2022. Your accomplishments are a source of pleasure and pride for those of us who've contributed to your education these past 4 years. Gabriel Davis is this year's recipient of the award for Outstanding Achievement in Psychiatry. Gabe's achievements in medical school have been diverse and impressive. He has participated or led a handful of on-campus organizations such as the Psychiatry Interest Group, Brooklyn Free Clinic, and Humanism Grand Rounds. His creative and reflective writing, which is quite a pleasure to read, reflects his interest in the experience of illness and death, the core ideas that permeate our lives. Oh, and he has achieved the highest honors in all the major areas that can be awarded to a student: Gold Humanism Society, AOA, distinctions and foundations. He'll be staying in the New York area as he begins residency at NYU. Congratulations to Gabe.
I have the honor of presenting the next award on behalf of the Department of Radiology. This is the Lucy Frank Squire MD Award for Excellence in Radiology. This award is presented to the member of the graduating class embarking on a career in radiology who had the best performance in the diagnostic radiology course in the advanced clinical year. Dr. Squire was a pioneer in developing radiology education for medical students. She joined the Downstate faculty full-time in 1972 and was recognized nationwide for her innovations in teaching. Her influence is still felt around the world as the textbook she authored, Fundamentals of Radiology, is now in its 7th edition and has been translated into 7 different languages. On behalf of the Department of Radiology, I'm pleased to present this award to Shirish Ahmed. Congratulations. Our next awards are from the Department of Surgery, Dr. Alexander Schwartzman.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dean Brincardi, Dean Stewart, dear colleagues, and most importantly, soon-to-be graduates, congratulations. It is indeed an honor for me to give the awards on behalf of the Department of Surgery and its chair, Dr. Kugias, to 3 outstanding medical students. The good news is, for those who are receiving the awards, is you're getting the awards. The other good news is today you're getting a very warm handshake from me. And the third good news is please come to our offices in the Department of Surgery to get those awards, so we have the privilege of seeing you once again. The first award is going to John Pirati. I don't know if John is here today. Okay. Well, John is a phenomenal young student who is getting the Clarence Dennis Society Prize for Surgical Scholarship. Dr. Dennis was a chair of the Department of Surgery and its first academic chair from 1951 to 1972, and actually the department is endowed and it bears the name of the Mary and Clarence Dennis. He established himself as a leader in cardiopulmonary bypass physiology and was instrumental in the invention of heart-lung machines. Some of the artifacts are still in the laboratory of the departments, and if anyone is curious to see it, we'd be delighted to show it to you. He certainly was a pioneer in cardiac surgery and pioneered many, many devices, including a assist device, for a failing left ventricle. He was truly a gifted educator, and our Alumni Societies bears his name today. John Pirati is the recipient of this award. We'd be delighted, of course, to see him today, but he couldn't be here today. And on behalf of all of us, we wish him great success. We are very fortunate to have recruited John to our residency, and I'm delighted to tell you that he will be starting July 1st here at Downstate with us. The next recipient is Claire Ferguson. Is Claire here today? Hi. Claire is the recipient of the Samuel L. Kuntz Award for Clinical Excellence in Surgery. Dr. Kuntz was chairman of the Department of Surgery from 1972 to 1977. He is an ultimate, a consummate professional surgeon, innovator, and advocate for equity in healthcare and a pioneer of transplant surgery. We are actually honored to celebrate the 50th year of the transplant program here at Downstate. where Dr. Kuntz was its founder, its pioneer, and along with Dr. Friedman, of whom Dr. Morrow had spoken about, really had engineered, had innovated, and created the program of the transplantation surgery. I could not be more proud to present this award than to present it to Claire. Claire is truly an exceptional young scientist, surgeon, and I am absolutely thrilled that Claire decided to continue her education here at Downstate, and we heartily congratulate her on this award and looking forward to her accomplishments. The next award is for Daniel Beltria. Daniel also could not be here because his flight, I believe, was delayed. He's getting a John Kroll Award for Outstanding Surgical Research. Many of us knew John Kroll while he was here. He was an innovator, surgical scientist, and his field of passion was really bariatric surgery. He is described as someone who created an atmosphere that really invited learning, invited pursuit of scientific and clinical excellence, and his office was frequently described as a sanctuary for those who sought his advice and his mentorship. I am delighted to give Dr. Daniel Beltria, future Daniel Beltria, this award, and will be following his academic career closely, and he is going to be continuing his surgical education at Brown University program. So congratulations to all our recipients.
For our final departmental award, Department of Urology, Dr. Jeff Weiss.
Thank you. Well, the Department of Urology ordinarily gives an award for clinical and research. But we had 7 outstanding pre-urology students this year, all of whom matched, and that was most in the country, along with 4 other schools, and I'm very proud of that. We had 2 at Stony Brook, 2 at Montefiore. I call that the blue wave, and 1 at Hackensack, 1 at Stanford, and 1 at Northwestern, and so I was able to distinguish 2 students who had particularly outstanding experiences with us in research. And I'll describe each of those students, the first of whom I don't believe is here today, Nabila Reem Kandikar, was first author in multiple original articles, literature reviews, and abstracts related to prostate MRI, which she carried out during a research year spent under the tutelage of Peter Pinto at the NIH. Her first author urology-related publications include The Risk of Prostate Cancer Progression in Active Surveillance Patients with Bilateral Disease Detected by Combined MRI Fusion and Systematic Biopsy, published in the Journal of Urology in 2021, and Emerging Role for Local Therapy in Oligometastatic Prostate Cancer, published in Clinical Advances in Hematology and Oncology, also in 2021. Reem co-authored at least 5 major additional articles in Q1 journals. She will continue her studies as a resident in urology at Northwestern, our first from downstate to match at that outstanding program in her hometown of Chicago. Next is Connolly Miller, who began performing urological research in his first year here at Downstate by making thousands of additions to a database of patient voiding diaries and relevant characteristics over the course of 1 summer. It was quite a tour de force. His statistical abilities to handle large data sets allowed him to pursue various innovative ideas. Most notably, he completed retrospective analyses comparing the effects of pharmacotherapy and behavioral modification on nocturia severity and analyzed the effect of changes in cardiovascular parameters on voiding diaries. This was all Connolly's idea and execution. The former analysis was selected as a 2020 AUA podium presentation and resulted in publication in Neurourology and Urodynamics. And that article was reported in one of our news publications, Urology Times, and selected as a 2021 AUA poster presentation. Connolly has co-authored at least 7 journal articles plus 9 meeting abstracts. We are proud that Connolly will soon commence his urology residency in his native Long Island at Stony Brook. I believe Connolly's here.
Presenting our first award for Outstanding Educator, Dr. Riccardo Bianchi.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The award for Outstanding Educator in Foundations is given to, of course, a faculty who stood up for outstanding teaching, and includes feedback from students as well as from colleagues and the deans. So this year, the Outstanding Educator Award in Foundations goes to Dr. Antonia Quinn. So let me just tell you a few things about Dr. Quinn. And the wooing there just makes my first point. She has a long accolades of students who love her because not only of her excellent teaching, but she's always available and accessible to students. She always goes the extra mile. In her teaching in Uni 1 was highly scored in the weekly feedback that we collect from students. And her teaching extends to other units, most of the units in Foundations, in fact, where she contributes to clinical skill activity teaching and to lectures. But in addition to teaching, she has a very important role in the administration of the College of Medicine. I would like to point out that last year, for example, after the retirement of Dr. Williams, the previous Unit 1 director, she stepped up, and with Dr. Fox, she actually took on managing the unit in a very successful way. So she continues to be the Unit 1 director this year. And she has also taken on the chairship of the chair of the Curriculum Evaluation Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Dean's Council for Education. An important committee that reviews all the units and clerkships, and also is reviewing now the educational program objectives. And she's been doing this very efficiently with her highly qualified committee. I'm not going to mention things outside of Foundations, but for example, she has piloted last year and expanded on the transition to residency program for MS4. And finally, I would like to say that she continues to do her clinical duties in the emergency department. And I would just like stop here because I have additional things, but I think it will take too long. And I just want to say that she's obviously a treasured educator, colleagues, and clinicians. So I'm really honored to give her this, whatever I have. Thank you. Please.
Our next two awards for Outstanding Educator are presented by Dr. Elke Jacobson-Dickman.
Thank you. Sorry, as I drop the award. Dr. Brunicardi, Dean Brunicardi, Dean Stewart, colleagues and junior colleagues, it's a real honor for me to be here to present the Outstanding Educator of the Year for clinical years. Dr. Temi Tope Jose has a long history of being honored for his service both to our patients' communities and to our students. He sits on a number of critical committees, including the Learning Environment Committee and the Curriculum Evaluation Committee, both important for the students' education and for LCME oversight. He has made SUNY medical school education a priority and a consistent thread in his career, starting as a Foundation's clinical skills small group facilitator, adding pediatric site and didactic director for our primary care 1 rotation. And for the last 2 years, he has served as a pediatric clerkship director. Dr. Jose embraced this position as COVID began to surge and in an LCME year. His humble mantra was, "I will always do my best," and his best has been remarkable. Dr. Jose is capable and committed, but it is his positivity and charisma and pure motivation to do a good job by doing good that feeds his unique and productive leadership style. In this day and age, when morale is sometimes low and burnout high, it is his gift to radiate productivity through joy. He tells the students, let me try to do Dr. Jose, "I want this to be the most fun clerkship ever." This is what wellness looks like. He sets the whistle while you work bar very high. He has brought didactic innovation to his clerkship, including one of the few transcare sessions in 3rd year, among others. When reviewing the students' feedback from the last year, I was inundated with insightful, detailed, and over-the-top positive comments about Dr. Jose. I'd like to share just a few if I could. Overall, the clerkship was so much fun. When teaching developmental milestones, Dr. Jose managed to be interactive in the perfect way to keep me engaged but not intimidated. Dr. Jose put effort into making our days count. Dr. Jose pushes us to be the best versions of ourselves. He has great energy and is a great educator. Dr. Jose exemplified amazing interpersonal interactions with his patient. His enthusiasm for his work is contagious. And lastly, Dr. Jose was so charismatic, he inspired me to be better and always strive for excellence. Congratulations to Dr. Tope Jose. Well deserved. This is a slippery podium. It is my great honor to be asked to bestow more than one award. Wow. Dr. Afshin Rousey is an orthopedic surgeon, vice chair, and resident program director of orthopedics at Maimonides, and site director of the Orthopedic Student Experience for College of Medicine students. Dr. Rousey is actively involved in clinical and educational research, about which he lectures and publishes frequently. As the orthopedics elective director and the site director for the subspecialty component of the core surgery clerkship, Dr. Rousey's student feedback is consistently stellar. He is also a research mentor to several of our students, and they've had opportunity as such to present their data at regional and national meetings, as well as publishing in prestigious medical journals. Dr. Rousey is a critical career advisor as well, and he takes this responsibility seriously. This year, we had a record-breaking number of students applying to orthopedic surgery residence. Most of them were successful. However, considering their unprecedented numbers, there were a few who had a challenge. On his own volition, Dr. Rousey met with each and every student to offer guidance and even interim research opportunities. Dr. Rousey is committed to increasing diversity in orthopedic surgery landscape. As such, he has developed the Maimonides Orthopedic Research Experience, also known as MORE, summer opportunity. He has ensured departmental scholarship funds for this 8-week experience and prioritized these awards for downstate students and those underrepresented in and historically excluded from orthopedic surgery. Dr. Razi is a teacher, researcher, and career mentor par excellence, and his goals are clearly aligned with the mission of SUNY Downstate College of Medicine. It is therefore my pleasure to bestow the award of Outstanding Educator of the Year from a clinical affiliate faculty to Dr. Afshin Razi.
For the next award, I'd like to introduce Dr. Jason Lazar.
Good afternoon. The mask comes off and the glasses go on. The next award is named after a master clinician and a legend as an educator. I will keep my comments brief. There are two major attributes of a skilled clinician teacher: the so-called teaching of clinical skills and medical knowledge, and the simultaneous exhibition of professionalism, the so-called cultivation of humanistic attitudes. And I must say, few people manage to master both and while teaching medical students in the same. This year's recipient recently stepped down and retired to enjoy the fruits of his labors during retirement. I am delighted and honored to present the U.J. Carroll Award for Clinical Excellence to Dr. Paul Harris. And since Dr. Harris leaves behind a legacy of students and faculty that he trained, I would ask everybody to stand up and please recognize Dr. Harris. Let me give you a hug. Thank you. Dr. Harris would like to make a few comments.
I want to tell you two things about Dr. Carroll that you may not know, and it's particularly important to me. 61 years ago, when I was a third-year medical student on the wards at Bellevue Hospital doing medicine, Hugh Carroll was my medicine attending. 24 years later, we both ended up here at Downstate. He says that he remembers me, and I don't know whether he remembered me because I was excellent or the opposite. But he's been a mentor and a role model for me for years and years and years. And one other thing about Dr. Carroll, he's the only person I know who was able to speak both Gaelic and Yiddish. Thank you.
To present our last Educator Award, I'd like to invite back Dr. Jason Lazar and Dr. Elka Jacobson-Dickman.
The Learning Environment Committee was convened a little over a year ago to promote professionalism and to enhance our learning environment, a key driver of academic success. The committee meets, and amongst a variety of activities, they review entries logged onto Kudos and Concerns, our web-based platform for recognizing, in the case of Kudos, exemplars of professionalism. This year, the committee felt it was necessary and important to establish a new award, the Excellence in Professionalism Award.
Congratulations to Dr. Lubin, our inaugural recipient of the annual Learning Environment Committee Award for exemplary role modeling of professionalism. Dr. Lubin has been selected among a group of faculty, residents, and administrative staff nominated by students via our Kudos portal for demonstrating exceptional promotion of professionalism and for enhancing our learning environment and enabling SUNY Downstate to reach new levels of excellence. In one Kudos, a student described an encounter, if you'll indulge me. Quote, after a code orange was called for a patient acting aggressively in the pediatric psychiatric unit, Dr. Lubin debriefed with the medical students in his office. This was an exceptional experience because Dr. Lubin took the extra time to explain why a code was called. He explained about the different levels of escalation and ways to respect patients' rights and humanity. He also asked each of us students how we felt about the code and addressed our feelings as well. I wanted to give kudos to Dr. Lubin for taking the time to explain the ethics and nature of some of the harmful aspects of medicine. He was also an advocate for us in explaining why this is important for our learning, encouraging us to observe codes in the future, even though it can be uncomfortable, because it was a learning opportunity. Congratulations to Dr. Lubin.
Last but certainly not least, our special recognitions from the class of 2022, members of the class of 2022 Medical Council. You can applaud for your fellow students.
Hi, so we're here to give the special recognition from the class of 2022. Our first award goes to Adam Bergman. I think we can all agree that while we've been here at Downstate, so I think we can all agree while we've been here at Downstate, Adam's always been friendly and smiling and supportive, but we really wanted to commend him for stepping up during a lot of staffing changes at the Student Center over the past few years, as well as staying involved during COVID and adapting to those challenges. So thanks so much, Adam. I'm really happy to present this award to you.
Congratulations again to Adam. I have the privilege of presenting our last award in this category to Dawn Froome. So Dawn Froome is our class's and school's director of career services and has been an ally to our class and classes to come. Her role at rotating through Kings County, rite of passage for this institution, being across the street in those storied halls, is a challenging process to get cleared for. And Dawn Froome has made significant steps to make that an easier process for our cohort and allows us to focus more on learning and practicing medicine. Again, navigated our entire process for the MISPE and applying to medical school. Dawn Froome was a rock for the department of making sure our residency applications made it through. So we can all applaud Dawn Froome for being one of our strongest allies.